Hey Josh, my name is Maira, or Art King, and I have a few things I'd like to share with you. So, first story. When I started watching your videos, I immediately thought of one of my teachers who is a paraplegic. And not because you both use crutches, that would be leg. I don't know what the word would be. Racist against people who can't walk. No. I thought of her because, like you, she is completely 100% happy with who she is, and she also gives motivational speeches about happiness. Her catchphrase is, "Everyone has a disability, and it's up to them whether it becomes a handicap or not." So we'll get back to that later. So I text my friend because your vlogs are very her type. And I say, "So you're this guy, Josh Sundquist, on YouTube," and not even 30 seconds later, she replies,
Love him. I stayed up all night the other night watching his videos. Yeah, he's amazing. I wrote on his Facebook wall and he replied.
And so we spend the next little while discussing your awesomeness and how inspiring you are and, whatever. Don't let that get to your head. Next was going to be a question, but in that playlist that you recently uploaded, you answered it. So I'll just tell you what the question was and how you answered it. So I know how you drive because your weird drive-through prank video and those non-date stories in which you pull into her driveway. Anyways, so I was wondering if you drove a regular car with regular foot brake or with hand brakes like my teacher drives, because I know people in general, you drive with your right foot because that's what you're supposed to do. But I don't know, do you use the handbrakes or not? But then you're talking about how your car is an old car, and I don't think that you got an old car and then got it fixed, because you might as well have just gotten a new car. I don't know, I just made that part up. Anyway, so I'm assuming you just drive a regular car because you only need your right foot. So, next. If I met you. If I saw you on the street or somewhere and you happen to have come to Canada because your publisher for some random reason does not want you to, which I think you should, and when you do, let me know because it's my type to find out the day after. Anyway, so if I happen to see you, I'd walk up, in my head, I'd be walking up to you and be like, "Hey Josh, I watch your YouTube videos and you're awesome and you rock." And then you'd be like, "Aw, thanks Mira." And I'd get your autograph because I always keep a paper and pen on me for such situations. True story. And I'd take a picture with you because, again, I always keep a camera and on me for such situations. And we'd have a very stimulating conversation that ends with whatever it ends with, doesn't really matter. But we'd keep in touch, we'd be friends, it'd be awesome. But in real life, while that is going on in my head, I will mentally prepare myself by staring at you in shock and be like, for a little bit, and then I take out my pen, check to make sure it works, try it out on my hand, and make sure I have my paper, and I'd walk up to you and be like, "You're Josh Sundquist, right?" Because how many lookalikes can you possibly have that I happen to bump into that also only have one leg? Not many is my guess. Anyways, so I'd go up to you and I'd be like, "Yeah, I watch your videos and they're awesome and you're awesome and have your autograph." And I'd be talking really fast because I'd be nervous. Not nervous to speak in front of people, I'm not nervous to speak on camera, but to speak to people that I actually want to talk to. A little bit scary. Anyways, so you'd be like, "Yeah, sure, it's so great that you watch my videos." It wasn't like that cool, awesome voice that you use when you're talking on your video. And then I'd realize that today, of all days, I do not, in fact, have my camera on me because that happens when I actually need it. And I also conveniently forget that phones these days come equipped with cameras for that very reason. So instead I'd say, "Great meeting you," and I'd walk away. So while you go back to doing whatever you're doing, I'll go back to staring at you and thinking about all the things I could have and should have said that I'll kind of be regretting for a little bit. So that's me. Next, funny story. So I was telling my mom all the funny things you've done, and she's like, "So how old is he?" 26. That's too bad. Last thing. It's a question. When did you become happy? Not to sound cliche, but with the cards you were dealt. So my teacher was born not being able to walk, so she's never known any different. But you were born normal, who's normal, but so to say normal. And I guess for the first 9 years of your life, you'd be able to walk, and all of a sudden, like, you can't. Not all of a sudden, but like you can't now. And just like you know what you're missing. It's like a blind person who's born blind and they can't ever see, so they don't know what they're missing. They don't know. A person tells them, "Oh, the sunset has like beautiful colors." They just don't care so much because they don't know what it looks like. But someone who was blind was able to see, and then they became blind. So if someone's describing the sunset to them, they'll be missing it, and like they'll have a harder time getting used to being blind. So like you couldn't have possibly been like 9-year-old boy, hey, I'm losing a leg, but I'm okay with that, like right away. That's impossible. If it was, you'd be probably put into a psychiatric hospital. But like, when did you not resign yourself, but like when did you realize that there was something you could do with what you were given, something that you should do, and like with your disability, there you can help people. And like you realize like there's not something that you could do about your disability because there was nothing to do as far as I know, but something that you would do with it. Like when did you become proactive? So thank you for watching my video. You are such an inspiration. Thank you so much. Good luck. Like the music?